Hello? Can you hear me?
I can.
All right, we sound better now. This is V. You're tuning into the Listening Party. This is Shop Talk Men Speak. I'm sorry for the little noise you heard in the beginning. Right here on Real Women Radio. This is a show where men can get together and talk about everything from sports, entertainment, to politics, and relationships. All right, this show is brought to you by The Key to Success, a digital marketing company that will help your small business or regular business needs. For more information, go to www.keytosuccess.com. Today on our panel, we got Vince. What's going on, man?
What's good with you?
We got Jordan in the building. Online, what's going on, Jay?
What up?
All right, we're missing a couple people, but it's all good. Shout out to Lou. Shout out to Quay. I know he's trying to call in. We're having a couple little issues. Shout out to Corey, who couldn't make it. But it's all good. Now let's get to it. Anybody keeping up with sports? Let's go. Yeah, let's go college football. Any team surprising you this year?
Let me see. Far as teams surprising me, ain't nobody really surprising me, man. For real, the teams that I know gonna do something is the ones doing it, like Alabama.
Okay.
Alabama doing it. If anything, people surprising me by losing. Like Oregon been losing left and right, and that threw me off a little bit. But my team is the Hurricanes. We done lost 3 straight, so I'm sick to my stomach right now.
All right, wasn't there some upsets?
Penn State beat Ohio State.
Penn State beat Ohio State. Hey, Jordan, you got any teams that were a little surprising you this year for college?
I got 2 teams that shocked me. One of them I'm a fan of. I'm a Tennessee Volunteer fan. And my Vols seem to be somewhat back. Like, we beat Florida for the first time in like 13 years. So I was happy about that. That's our rival. But outside of, my team, Big Blue is surprising me, dog. Michigan football might be back. Like,
are you serious?
Oh yeah,
man. They number 2 in the nation.
Yeah, I forgot about them. Jordan Harbaugh doing his thing out there.
Ain't he done turned the program around in 1 year.
Yeah.
So I'm like, Big Blue is not to be played with no more, dog. Like, Michigan look legit. Like, if you coming in the Blue Stadium, you better be coming to play.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. All right, let's switch over to the NFL. How your team doing? Jordan, I'm going to go to you first.
No hablo inglés.
We both Skins fans, ain't it?
My Redskins are doing better than most. I don't like leaning on I don't like leaning on that we the NFC East champions. And while I'm talking about the Redskins real quick, I got somebody special to me that's an Eagles fan. And she just told me up and down about how the Eagles was just doing dog us when they came. Her grandfather was even like, this easy. We got this. So, my shade of the night goes to her.
Oh, wow.
And said, how about those Eagles when they came to play those Redskins? Right. But on the flip side of that, we lost at the last minute to Detroit the other night. A lot of people want to blame the defense on the end. Yeah, the defense kind of gave up that last-minute touchdown, but honestly, if we didn't have all the fumbles and turnovers throughout the game, we would have won that game. So Kirk Cousins doing a pretty good job of managing the team, man. The offense is kind of coming together. The defense still got some holes, and we still got some young pieces. But, it's going to be a rough season for us. We got a couple rough games coming up. We got a London game, I believe, playing the Bengals, and then we got to see, like, the Vikings, Green Bay, and the Cowboys back-to-back-to-back. So,
woo.
We're going to see what we made of coming up soon.
Oh, wow. And you a Redskins fan, too?
Yeah.
Vince?
Yeah, I'm definitely a Redskins fan. And just to piggyback off of what Jordan was saying, they was the first 2 games, they was counting Kirk Cousins out already. Chopping his head off because of the interceptions and stuff he was throwing. But he calmed down, and we look good. I can honestly say we look pretty good. But that Detroit Lions loss did disappoint me a little bit, and it wasn't necessarily the defense, but it was the defensive. I could put some blame on the defensive coordinator because I don't believe in that prevent D when we got the lead. I don't believe in that.
that soft blanket that they do.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, and for those Redskins supporters that complained about us getting RG3, getting rid of RG3. How the Browns doing?
Exactly.
Wow, how are the Browns
How
doing?
RG3 doing?
They awful. But here's the thing. That's what happened last year. It split our team up for RG3 fans and Redskin fans. I'm looking at them like, man, RG3 ain't did nothing since the first year. Like, quit holding on. You know what it is? It's the Redskins got this thing for black quarterbacks since Doug Williams. And then everybody feel like Doug Williams got done wrong after he won the Super Bowl, which is true. I can't even argue with that because that's true. That's true, but they've been holding on to the black quarterback thing since then. And they thought RG3 was gonna be that dude, and he just wasn't. He wasn't cut out to fit what they had going on in Washington. So Kirk Cousins.
I'm gonna make an unbiased football statement, and I know I don't do this often. But I'm gonna talk to you, Cowboy fans, for a second. One, y'all get on my nerves, and I got people coaching me that are Cowboy fans because y'all are obnoxious, dude. Like y'all swear. Y'all keep talking about when the last time we won a ring. It's only been 4 years separating us in the 90s from when we won one and you won one, but let's not talk about that. I ain't against y'all right now. I'm gonna make an unbiased football statement because I like this kid. If you, the organization that is in Dallas, sit Dak Prescott to put Tony Romo back in, as a Redskins fan, I am praying that you do it.
That's funny.
As just a football person, that would be the dumbest thing y'all could possibly do. Dak has got y'all winning, and his number one wide receiver right now is Cole Beasley and Williams. Well, they the 1 and 2 right now.
Yeah.
He ain't even got Dez. Him and Ezekiel Elliott out there like Batman and Robin. Like, why would you mess with that chemistry? But again, my Redskins fans them jump up and say, "Go ahead and put Tony back in." Tony good for interception.
I guess they think he gonna come back like Tom Brady came back. You know,
Tony Romo is built out of cottonelle tissue paper. It's only gonna take one hit, one hit. And I'm looking at Tony Romo like, when do you get to the point that you pass the mantle down?
I hear that.
You know, Brett Favre didn't want to quit either, but it got to a point where Brett had to be like, you know what? My time's done. Let me move on. Tony,
Hey, listen. We praying that they put him in. I'm gonna be honest, man. That Prescott.
I got bumper stickers that say Tony Romo 2016. Like, forget Trump, forget Hillary. I'm like Romo.
Hey, Quay, are you here?
Hello?
I heard somebody say hello.
Hey, Quay, are you here?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can hear him, but he sounds like he is in Georgia and I'm in D.C.
I'm trying to work it out to get him in the game, man. I tried to put my phone up to it. I probably should have turned it around.
Is he a Cowboys fan?
Huh?
Is he a Cowboys fan?
Yeah, he's a Cowboy fan. That's why I'm trying to get him back.
Keep his mic down. Yeah, no, go ahead and keep that thing down.
Hey, look, but I want to, that Prescott and Zeke combination is crazy. Like,
Quay.
It is.
I gotta give it to Dallas for that. If they put Romo in, yeah, that'll be every Redskin fan dream.
I'm trying to figure out how to get him in here.
I gotta be honest. If he played anywhere, if them two played anywhere outside of Dallas, I might have them jerseys. But you know, I just can't wear that satanic star on my arm.
I can't do it.
I can't do it.
I can't do it. And my older brother is a Cowboys fan, and man, I really hate talking to him during football season for real.
Oh man, hey dude, I could do you one better. God rest her soul. My mom was a Cowboys fan, and I used to tell her all the time, like my real parents are kings and queens in Africa.
Hey, Quay.
Y'all adopted me.
Quay. Quay. I'm trying to get Quay in the game, man.
You ain't gonna be able to get him in the game.
Hey,
Maybe we'll
I
have
can
to
hear
put
everybody,
a
but
song
it's
or
real
something
mumble.
trying to get Quay in. We might have to go through a song. My mind playing tricks on me by the ghetto.
We gonna work on it quick. We gonna work on it. My bad. I don't. It ain't a conspiracy because we Redskins fans. Over here.
HTTR.
It ain't nothing personal. It ain't nothing personal. All right, let's switch over to entertainment, man. Oh no. Before we go there, NBA season just started yesterday. How do y'all teams look?
Well, my team looks horrible, and we're going to look horrible for a while.
Who's your
I'm a
team?
Laker fan, for those that don't know. I'm a Laker fan.
You a Laker fan? Okay.
Yeah, man.
What about you, Vin?
Yeah, man.
I'm a Celtics fan. I ain't see us play.
Oh, man.
Ooh. That's where we part ways at in
Big
basketball.
rivals right there. Big rivals.
I'm a Celtics fan. I ain't seen how we look yet, but
Y'all got the pieces, though. I can't even front. Yeah, I am a big fan of Isaiah Thomas, though. Like, he's nice, and I don't think he gets his due.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of our coach, man. Since he was at Butler, like he can put players together. Like we don't really have to have no superstar. He can put players together, and that's what I like about him. But if you want to talk about,
Didn't y'all pick up Al Horford?
What'd he say?
I said, didn't y'all pick up Al Horford?
I think we did. I think
y'all did.
yeah, I think we did. But you know what team? If we want to talk about last night, the Spurs really look good.
Yeah, they put one on him.
They broke Golden State down like a math problem, dog. I was like,
So here's a question: do you think that science experiment's gonna work to trying to put all those superstars together to win a championship?
no.
See, man, what Golden State went wrong at is they got rid of their bench, and you can't go against the Spurs with just a starting five. I'm sorry.
Yep. I agree with that wholeheartedly. They sold their soul to get KD, and I don't think it's going to be worth it in the long run.
As much as I like KD, I don't think that was the best decision.
I like KD too. And I mean, listen, half of me is like, I can't be mad at you for wanting to win, dog. Like, that's half of me. But because I grew up in the 80s and 90s, right, the other half of me is like, come on, man. Like, it's no way that the legends of yesterday would have went and joined the team, not only a super team, quote unquote, let's get rid of that, but the team that put us out
Yeah.
the playoffs?
Yeah.
No way. No way.
Yeah, that should have been motivation for him
to.
to.
KD, I would have been in every free agent face like, hey, if you want the producer all dancing in your videos,
Come on over here.
Come on over to Oklahoma City. I mean, because he had, listen, him and Russell could have ruled the world. They just needed the right pieces, and it wasn't like Oklahoma wasn't trying to help them. They brought in Victor Oladipo,
Yeah.
who don't do nothing but go straight to the rack. That would have freed Kevin up for the jumpers that he liked to take.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm looking at the Knicks too. Like, what's wrong with them? Because on paper,
They look good.
they look alright.
Yeah.
But last night, my man King James Brown said, you do know that the ring is in Cleveland, right? And you do know that there's an X on my chest underneath it. Can we talk about him for just 2 seconds for a minute?
Go ahead.
America. Why do you support jerks? Like, why do we like jerks, but decent dudes don't get their props? Why do you folk hate on Bron? How do you hate? And please miss me with that whole the decision thing, and I'm taking my talents to South Beach. He was young. He made a mistake. He was ill-advised. He understands that now as a grown man. But you're talking about somebody that left a championship caliber team to come back. And please remember, he didn't ring chase. LeBron only left when Cleveland management would not bring in the players that he asked them to play.
That's true.
Any of y'all would be frustrated if you was managing a project at your job and you saw qualified applicants and your management was picking older, underqualified people to come in and get this job done, but yet still held you accountable on whether it got done right.
Yeah,
You would roll out.
that's a
But
good
now
point.
we hold LeBron to rolling out. But then we love people like Kobe and Mike Jordan, who, again, I'm a Laker fan, so we say Kobe, named with some reverence, but He's a jerk.
You see, he a jerk.
He's a jerk. We know MJ can be a jerk, right? So, but we love them. And I don't just in America, we love the jerks. We love the people that spit at the camera and kick referees in the crotch. Like, we love that. But the good guys, we hate on them. I don't understand.
Yeah, that's crazy. So who do you think is gonna pull it out? You think they're gonna go back for championship number 2 this year? Already, it's only game 1. It's only game 1. Do you see anybody beating them?
With no injuries,
Team to beat.
it's gonna be Cleveland and the Spurs, man. I already see that.
I gotta agree with that. Straight up. And I don't understand why LaMarcus Aldridge went out.
And I ain't even know they had Paul Gasol.
Yeah, I forgot about
They
that.
got him in free agency. But I'm looking at LaMarcus Aldridge like, you went out to go where? Where's your best chance of winning, LaMarcus?
That's funny.
He better stay. He better sit
Really,
still.
I lost respect for him too. I mean, you were supposed to be the man in Portland. They got you Damian Lillard. They were starting to get you all these pieces, and you did.
Well,
You
you,
go to the Spurs, a place that you thought you was going to instantly get something, and now you ain't happy there either.
yeah. But I guess since people were making power moves supposedly during the off season, he feel he had to make one himself. We're gonna see how it turned out though. It's only been game 1. It's only been game 1. You can't really judge the whole season by it, but there's some indicators. Like who's a better guard than Kyrie right now?
Steph.
That's an argument.
Steph. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, though. Okay, first of all, can I admit my bias? I'm a North Carolina Tar Heel fan.
Woo!
So Pitt University, you already a step down.
Wow.
However, I will say that I do like the fact that Kyrie has improved his game. You can tell that he's definitely worked on his jumper.
Oh
His
yeah.
ball handling skills have always been great. I just want him to consistently play Robin to LeBron's Batman consistently, because it's already been shown that Kevin Love, Shumpert, J.R. Smith, they can pull the Harry Houdini on you at any time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I mean, if you really watch them finals, yeah, we talk about what Kyrie did in that one game, and I'm not saying he didn't help them win that game, because he did. He stepped up big. But let's be honest. Who really put the team on their back? And by the way, for y'all LeBron haters, in the opening game last night against the Knicks, he had a triple-double.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was gonna mention that.
Off the break.
He put it on him. Yeah.
He had a triple-double.
Oh, he put on the show, definitely.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. So stop hating on my man, bro. He got to be, I'm a Laker fan, and he got to be probably hands down one of my favorite players in the league, tied with Steph, because I've been following Steph since Davidson. Ever since North Carolina turned him down and told him he was too small, which I still want to kind of burn North Carolina down for that. I've been following Steph since Davidson, so no, I ain't jump on the Steph Curry bandwagon. Matter of fact, I used to watch his dad play.
Amen. Charlotte Hornets.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
that-
most of y'all
then
don't
he-
even know that Steph's
Then he
real
had
name
that
is
quick
not
trigger.
Steph.
Charlotte
Quick
Hornets.
trigger.
I'll leave that for trivia, and I'll give you a hint. His father's name is part of what his real name is, because Steph is a junior. So I'll leave that out there for trivia. But yeah, Steph and Bron, they definitely two of my favorite players in the league.
Oh,
Brown.
so you saying you would pick Steph Curry over Kyrie Irving? I had this.
I'm saying that if I had to pick 5 and I got 4, and Steph and Kyrie are standing next to each other, this is, hey, Under Armour boy, let's go. This is not this is not hard math for me. I'm
Okay.
with the Unabomber every time.
Okay.
I'm gonna be real with you, man. Man, for point guards, I pick Russell.
Hey, Russie, listen. Russie is a bad boy. The only problem with Russie that they get me is you're trying to force a shooting guard to be a point guard.
That's true.
Yeah.
And so you get mad at him when he's a point guard that plays like a shooting guard. Well, if you go back to college, Russie played shooting guard. He wasn't a point. So he doesn't necessarily have the default mentality of a point. They're looking for Russie to play like Chris Paul Chris Paul was a point at Wake Forest. I'm sure he was a point in high school. So that's a different mentality. Russell I'm coming to that rim, and if you get in the way, then, well, you just about to hit,
You about to get highlighted. Yeah, you about to get highlighted.
you gonna get destroyed. You gonna look like DeAndre Jordan when what was it, Brandon Knight?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. His way, and DeAndre took his goal.
Yeah, I remember that.
All I heard was the Mortal Kombat finish him. I was like, oh my God.
Oh man, that's hilarious. Yo, I do have to do a little bit of housework. I just gotta say, follow Real Women Radio on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and download the Real Women Radio app on your iPhone or Android device. Now, I'm gonna slide a little bit over to entertainment. Anybody know Ice JJ Fish? You know the name, Jordan?
I do.
Do you know this dude has a tour?
Yeah, I think he's in Faith Evans' new video too. I believe.
You're kidding me. Now my question to the world is why does Ice JJ Fish have a tour? And if you've ever heard Ice JJ Fish, why would you pay money for that? Vince.
Because we like ignorance. We like making spectacles of people. And people nowadays don't mind being spectacles.
Yeah, I was talking about this off the air, but the man, no lie, like probably like last year or 2 years ago, we literally used to sit around and send videos in a mass text just to laugh about this boy, about his videos and stuff, because he was being so serious. But in all actuality, he got a YouTube fan base, and if I was a promoter and I was around all the fans that really like Ice JJ Fish, I'm thinking about money, like for real. That's my whole thing, is to pack out a venue. So if he gonna pack it out, I'm getting it whether I like him or not. But he can't be like I was telling V before we got on the air. He ain't no worse than Lil B.
The artist who's really trying to do something. Yeah.
He ain't no worse than Lil B, and it's a whole bunch of awful rappers. I'd rather get a laugh out of them. When V just brought up Ice JJ Fish, Jordan laughed. That's what everybody do. He a comedian.
So, but the sad thing is he is so serious. He is dead serious, and
Or he believes he's being serious.
his tour starts in Wisconsin in November. Like he got a tour date set up. And as a musician, as a singer and a songwriter myself, his voice, his dance moves, oh my God. Like it's pure comedy, I'm not gonna lie, but wow. Can you do a whole concert of that? Huh?
It wouldn't bother me as much if we was just as quick to support the real, but we not.
We not, yeah. And that's what bothers me too. People gonna go out to see that foolishness, but then there are real artists out there that they won't pay $10 to go see, who has actual, I wouldn't say actual talent, but I'd say
I know people who claim they're into music and know who Ice JJ Fish is and don't know who Dwele is.
that's crazy.
We have a problem.
That's crazy.
So,
Where is Dwele, man? I used to have so much of his music.
I think he had a baby or
right
something.
now, he's number 3 in my neo soul male artist. He sits at number 3, and he only sits at number 3 because 1 and 2 is hard to beat for me.
Wait. So what's your list? You done puts number 3 with the rest of them.
Soul?
Yeah.
My top 3 male neo soul. I'll work backwards, and this is just my personal list. Don't write me talking about how wrong I am. It's just my personal list. So let me preface that. Number 3 sits Dwele. Dwele, one of the smoothest cats out there, and I gotta say honestly, Dwele is probably sharing the number 3 spot with Raheem Devon. Gotta show my hometown boys some love, right? Like Raheem Devon was nice.
Yeah, he is.
Y'all just don't know it probably worldwide that he's nice, but he's number 2 is Maxwell.
Yeah.
Ooh, who number 1?
That Lake by the Ocean he just dropped, ridiculous.
Yeah.
Number 1, D'Angelo.
Oh, Yeah. I mean, he comes, yeah, top for me.
Hands
He's
down.
like the father of neo soul.
Yeah. I mean, I also like, I also like the Music Soul Childs. I also like the,
Yes.
what's
Yes,
that?
I like music soul child. You want to talk about where somebody at? Where he at?
Yeah. I also like the Van Hunts. I also like the,
Has Van Hunt made anything else besides Down Here in Hell with you?
I don't know. I really haven't heard from him since then. And what's that cat's name that sings real high? Oh my God. He a drug addict. But
Remy Shan.
nah, not him, not that drug addict. But they saw
That, wow.
we saw him recently doing a thing with Common for what is that cat's name?
He was doing something.
No, not John Legend.
Eric Benet.
Jamiroquai?
No. It's gonna come to me. Like we're gonna be talking like 20 minutes from now, and it's gonna hit me.
All right, well, let me ask y'all this then while he's thinking on that. Top 3 neo soul female.
Well, you already know my number one gonna be Jill Scott, Big Fine. That's what I call her.
Really?
Yeah,
I call
Yeah.
her Big Fine.
all day.
You know, there's another woman in Philly that sings just as nice, I think, as Jill Scott, but she don't get the same love. Her name is Carol Riddick.
Oh yeah, Carol Riddick's a beast.
I don't think she get the props she deserved though. Like Carol Riddick is an absolute beast, but nobody know it. But everybody knows Jill.
Yeah.
What's the one girl name? She got the song called "Falling." I can't remember her name, but they play it at a lot of weddings. The "I'm Falling in Love with You."
Alicia?
No, not Alicia. Not that song. Yeah, I guess I did. I guess I did say it like that. Her name is
We doing bad with names today.
I know, right?
I'm about to have to look that up.
Now you got to Google it.
Yeah, I might have to Google
This
that.
part of the show has been brought to you by Google. Okay, Google.
I got the laptop right here. Hold on, I'm gonna look that thing
Google
up.
If you're up for sponsorship, like Vernon Nora at Real Woman Radio.
I know, right?
Google commercials.
So who's
Her last name is James.
Oh, Leela James,
Leela James?
Yes.
little shorty.
Rick James' daughter? How you gonna forget Rick James' daughter?
I don't know. I ain't even know that.
Yeah.
That's Rick James' daughter.
I do believe so. Google it.
Oh, that's correct. I did not know Leela James was just like I didn't know that Raheem Devon and what's her name were cousins.
What did you know? William Devon is Raheem's dad? Okay, do you know what song William Devon is famous for?
Educators.
Diamond in the back.
Sun rooftop, yeah.
Big in the scene.
Hey, now that you said that, they sound similar. Now that you said
Thank
that.
you. People think it's Curtis Mayfield, and it's not. It's William Devon. And that is Raheem Devon's dad.
Wow,
That's crazy.
that's some trivia right there. Hey, look, have y'all heard of this girl? I don't know. I don't even know how she pronounced it, but it's SZA.
Yeah, I have, and the only reason one of my mentees turned me on to her Instagram page.
Oh my God, man, she got some music in the tuck, man, for real.
She do. She's nice.
I remember now. Raheem Devon and Chrisette Michelle are first cousins.
Oh wow.
Yeah, first cousins. And so yeah, they got a singing family. They got a singing family. So yeah, and actually Chrisette would be up there with me too, for me too, as some of the top neo soul artists.
Hey, what y'all think about what y'all categorize Beyonce's sister as? Cause her album smoking right now.
Solange.
Oh, you know what? I said Leela James is Rick James' daughter. I'll take that back. She's Etta James' granddaughter.
Etta
Oh,
James.
gotcha. Etta
Okay.
James. That sound more realistic.
Jazzy classical.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was thinking, I don't know where I got that from. But she's Etta James' granddaughter, so I'm going to get that straight for everybody that's out there.
Okay. He cleaned it up, y'all. He cleaned it up. Man.
Listen, we don't want you running around with bad facts. You'll be out here sounding like Donald Trump.
All right, I got a hip hop question for y'all.
Oh, boy.
today is the anniversary of when Crush Groove came out.
Wow.
Well, this week. This week,
Man,
yeah. So yeah, you remember all the rappers in Crush Groove?
most of them.
Now, could there be a remake? Would there be any recent rappers today that would actually make the list to be in a movie like Crush Groove today?
Eminem.
That's it?
Eminem, Kendrick,
Yep. J. Cole. Big Crit.
Big
Yeah,
Crit,
Big-
yeah.
They go off still.
Big Crit could be in there.
Any females? I don't know no female. I don't know no current female rappers.
Remy Ma. Remy Ma could be in there.
She got a flow.
I think you're going old school, like people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We probably gonna have to go a little further back for really well-known female rappers to be in part of it. And there's no real male rap groups. Like, you know how we had the, huh?
Not unless you include like UGK, which is down to one, Slaughterhouse, Outkast, Goody Mob.
See, but those are still not like today's. I mean, they're iconic still.
Slaughterhouse is.
Yeah, Slaughterhouse is. So that would fit that description for a movie like that. All right, let me go to Atlanta. Did you know that there was an Atlanta rapper named Raylo, or Rallo, who was seen recently on video throwing 30 grand at homeless people and making it rain because he would rather give the money to people that in need than a strip club? Only thing that that I guess was controversial was that he's laughing with his boys as he's throwing the money out there in front of the homeless shelter and the people fighting over the money. But do you think his heart is in the right place? Because he said he's going to continue giving money this way. What do you think?
I don't really know. Really, if you was gonna do that, then just hand them the money. You know what I'm saying? Don't be throwing it over there. It's like you making a parody of him if you're doing that. I mean, I ain't mad at him though. It's his money. He can do what he want. I mean, you can look at it so many different ways. He throwing it up and they grabbing it. He giving it to him. Then you got like Floyd Mayweather burning money, flushing money down the toilet. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't really know how to take that. But, I mean, like you said, people throwing 30 grand, 40 grand in the strip club. Why not throw that junk to somebody who out there on the streets who need it?
I feel like Jordan got something to say.
You know, let me say this. I pray that the brother's intentions are good. Nobody knows but him and God, right?
Yeah.
I pray that his intentions are good, but I would love to just tell the young brother that the delivery method can probably be a little better.
Right.
Yeah, the way he's going about it probably is not the best way.
Did you see them Bama's fight? Like
they got in fights for real. Yeah.
There are better ways you could have did it. I mean, if you wanted to do that and really wanted to make a statement, you could have went down the line handing out stats.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Here's 500 for you. Here's 500 for you. You know what I mean? And so on and so forth. If you still got money, double back down the line.
Yeah, instead of turning it into a show.
Because even if he did have good intentions, you degraded a set of people by doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was degrading.
Yeah, I had mixed feelings about it. I mean, I'm glad that he wanted to give back, but I think, making a spectacle of it was kind of not the right direction to go. Yeah, I don't think that was right, personally. But, he said he don't care what nobody say,
Hey, you got it. Hey, brother. I just hope you still got it 20 years from now doing all this.
I'm going to say 4 years from now.
That's true, too.
I hope he still got it 4 years from now, because cats be coming up broke quick when people ain't calling them for shows no more.
Hey, brother, listen, better do something with that money. Better be smart. What's hot today ain't hot tomorrow.
Yeah, and speaking of people who ain't doing as many shows these days, somebody made a spectacle of themselves this morning by the name of Trick Daddy. I know Jordan knows where I'm going with this.
Third time today I've had this.
He went. Did you hear about that, Vince?
I heard about it. I'm ready to talk about it.
He went on. Was it Instagram? Was it a video? Sending out a warning to black women that they need to tighten up. And his reasons were that white and Spanish hoes. Those were his words. We're outdoing him. Okay, now I'm just gonna step back and say, what are your thoughts?
I'm gonna go first. My thoughts are, especially for the black women out there, especially since we on Real Women Radio right now doing men's talk, I'm gonna show the utmost respect. My thoughts are, if it don't apply to you, don't get mad about that shit. Cause if you ain't no hoe, then it definitely ain't apply to you. You know what I'm saying? So he categorizing hoes, like, and it's a big difference between a woman and a hoe, for real.
Say that.
So if he out there talking about if they learn how to fry chicken, then y'all hoes is useless. Hey, that shit. Listen, that shit is funny though. That's what I'm saying. Like people take too much shit serious. That shit is funny. He talking about hoes like they ain't got nothing to do with you out here if you working.
If you working regular.
You got one man and you doing your thing. That ain't got nothing to do with you. You shouldn't even be paying Trick no attention for him saying that. But
they went in on him.
Yeah, but they went in on them, but it ain't apply to them. That's the whole thing. You let them hoes go at them. Let them hoes that ain't.
And 9 times out of 10, hoes don't care.
Yeah.
You know what hoes doing? Hoes ain't on Instagram. Hoes is home.
Yeah, exactly.
So I feel what Vince saying, man. Like, to a degree, I tell people we want to protect Americans' right to say whatever they want to say until they say something that we don't like.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Like, that's Trick Daddy's Instagram. And regardless of how I feel about what he said personally, you following him, though. You ain't got to follow him.
You don't have to.
Kevin Hart went in about this a while back, and I agree wholeheartedly. If you're following someone else is enraging you, and you continuing to follow them and be enraged, then who does that say more about?
Right.
Because you can easily click that unfollow button, or you can easily, like, if this don't apply to me. So that's like somebody saying, "Oh man, I can't stand white polar bears. Polar bears are the worst animal on earth." And me sitting there getting mad. I ain't no white polar bear. It don't make me mad. Like, I might be like, "Oh, Dad, that's messed up. Like, why he hating on polar bears?" And then I'm like, "Oh wow, is the Simpsons on?" Like,
right.
we moving on.
That's
it
about.
Don't apply to me. Mm-hmm. So Trick Daddy got the. I mean, listen. On one hand, his name Trick Daddy. Did you expect political banter? Like, I don't know what you expected, but I know that even when I listen to Trick Daddy, which I still do from time to time, I know what to expect coming in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when Luke had 2 Live Crew, for those who gasped going, and their name was 2 Live Crew, not 2 Centric Crew.
Right. They going in.
The Boys was not talking about the suburbs.
For real.
You're right.
So know what you getting coming in. That's like saying, I can't believe NWA uses the N-word.
And it's in their name. And it's in their name.
It's the title, right? You know it's in the acronym, right? Oh, okay. So
that shit is crazy, man.
It definitely entertained me this morning. I can say that.
Yeah, that's all I heard boop, 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 boop on my phone all morning. I was like, what in the world? People going in on this dude, and he just throwing his opinion out there. You ain't got to listen to that cat.
And what's funny is, and I know I'm going to cause a little bit of controversy with what I'm about to say, but, whatever. I'm that dude here. I don't mind being with that every now and again. You mad about what Trick Daddy's saying, but you supporting all this stuff like Real Housewives, Bad Girl Club.
Oh, yeah.
Love, stuff that's making...
That's making him feel that way.
Yeah, foolishness.
Exactly. Y'all still supporting that.
Foolishness.
So you can't have it two ways. You know what I mean? Like, how you mad? You know what I'm saying at that? I just don't know when the game changed that thoughts became in the higher pecking order than the good one.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we gonna get into that. We definitely gonna get into that. But before we slide into that part of that, because that's gonna be serious. I already know the both of y'all got strong opinions about it. we gonna jump into this third political debate that just went down last week.
It hurts my brain.
Now, here's the thing. Is it wrong of me to only watch the third debate, to see what Saturday Night Live was going to do that weekend? That's the only reason why I watched it.
I only watched it to see what John Oliver was going to say.
Exactly. Like right after, I was like, ooh, I know Saturday Night Live going to kill this one. That's the only reason why I watched this. Like, is there really any question as to who should be president in regards to those two people?
Yeah, if you ever watched the old movie Bruce is Millionaires, we need to be voting for none of the above. On a serious note, though, what I don't like is if people don't take the third party system seriously, then we will only always be pushing Democrat and Republican.
Yeah,
in this country.
I was always wondering. I was like, we do have other candidates. Why are they not part of these debates?
Because, once they narrow it down, and, a lot of people don't even know that once the two major parties elect, a candidate, they get Secret Service while they're running.
Yeah, they do.
So I'm like, we have got to, because here's one thing I can say about Donald Trump. He, as I've heard someone else say, he forever broke the Matrix. The Matrix is broke. Donald Trump has broken the system. However, America gets upset with him, but he personifies what America believes is the American dream. Mm-hmm. He is your Frankenstein. He is your child that you don't want to admit that you birthed. America, you birthed him. And his sense of privilege. Because essentially, that's the American dream for most people. Everybody want to be a billionaire. Everybody want to be in power. Everybody want to be this, that, and the third. But then, if that's not checked, there comes some things with it. He said it during the debate. You don't like the fact that I ain't paid taxes since 1952. Then guess what? Change the tax law.
Yeah, he was straight up about that too.
So he basically was like, "Yeah, I found the loophole. So what? You want to fight about it?"
If they say, yeah, because I couldn't even be mad about him about that. He was like, hey, that's a loophole. I took it. Close the loophole if you don't want me to keep using it.
He's really exposing how dirty America really is, though. Now I'm not saying that agrees, that I agree with him. He just opened his hotel in D.C. today to some protests.
He opened a hotel in D.C. today.
Yes, he did. Remember when the old post office building was down by the Reagan building?
Yeah.
That is now Trump Hotel.
That big old building?
Yes, sir.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes, sir. Trump just opened it today.
With his name on it?
With his name on it. However, they are talking about that he's going to put some of his hotels under a different brand called Scion, because he has to know from a business aspect that his name is tarnished through this race.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, but of course. But like he said, the one point that he made that was good, and I had to respect it. When they talking about how he don't pay taxes, and they filed bankruptcy, and he do this and he do that. That man straight up said, "Well, shit, change the law."
Yeah, I can't be mad.
Yeah, he abusing the system, and we don't like. I think America. I don't think it's so much that America don't like you, and I'm talking about government America don't like that he's abusing the system as much as they don't like being exposed.
Yeah. Yeah, because, it's not like he was doing anything illegal.
Right, because if they was really going after him for not paying taxes like that, we would have heard that in somebody's paper years ago.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He just figured out a way to circumvent it, that's all.
Yeah, they won't.
I just saw a video of him praising Bill Clinton and praising Hillary Clinton, but then to watch the debate,
Yeah.
Cause he doing,
He talks out of both sides of his mouth.
yeah, cause he doing what he's supposed to do. He trying to win.
Yeah.
Here's what's funny.
Yeah.
I don't think he really wants to win because, I mean, I guess it's a power thing for him because it's not a money thing. He's going to be making a lot less money if he actually won, technically.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, probably don't get that paid that much, but
He ain't gonna be able to file bankruptcy.
I thought it was hilarious when I think it's Jimmy Fallon that has the celebrities do the read the mean tweets.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see Barack on it?
Nah, but I heard about it. What was it?
When President Obama, he read a tweet from at the real Donald Trump, and Donald Trump tweeted it. He was like, President Barack Obama will go down in history as one of the worst presidents of all time. President Obama looked up, kind of smirked, looked up at the camera and said, but at least I will go down in history as a president. And then he put his hand out with the cell phone and dropped the cell phone like he dropped the mic. Like, I was like, oh, you can always tell when the president is coming to the end of his term.
He don't give a dog on.
Being politically correct, yep.
Yeah. He's like, what y'all going to do, fire me?
Yeah, I mean, but it shows you, Donald Trump shows you with money, and, you know, Scarface used to have a song on, I guess it was a Ghetto Boy song called Money in the Power.
Mm-hmm.
And he's that personified. Like, the whole conversation he had with Billy Bush, and, you know, they let you grab him in the, you know, all of that.
Yeah.
Billy Bush got suspended from his job.
He did.
And if you listen, he didn't even really say much. He just giggled.
He was the one that was on the side saying, oh, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. So for you being his little, you know, big boy, that's what you get. But notice, nothing really happened to Donald Trump because Billy Bush account and Donald Trump account, trust me, there's some commas that are different.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. What do you feel about Trump? What do you feel about Trump's attempts to try to appeal to the minority votes? Because go ahead.
His appeal to minorities is like an epic fail, man. Because he say stuff without thinking. I don't know who in his corner, but he'll go on Twitter or he'll go on something and say, oh, like the one commercial they got with Barack where Trump was talking about this the worst time to be a black person. I mean, like Obama said, like, this man don't know about Jim Crow, or this man don't know about the history around here, and you talking about make America great again, and I'm like, what years are you talking about? Are you talking about when it was segregated? What you talking about? When was it?
Was free from
Yeah.
Yeah.
when the Klan was going around doing what they wanted to do, like, when was it great? Like, please, you gotta specify that.
As the blacks at one point.
Yeah, he called us the blacks. Here's my question: Why didn't the moderator ask that question? Because I figured that would probably be an important question for him to answer. It's like, what do you mean by make America great again? Like, what era?
I wanted to have a job. The next day.
But it's a valid question.
It is. But sometimes, look at the moderators that they had outside of Anderson Cooper and the young lady that was moderating with him. Outside of them two, which they moderated a town hall, so they really didn't have to moderate that debate. And I will give Anderson Cooper this about the comments he kept trying to say to Donald Trump, like, you realize that that's sexual assault, right? Like, you realize that if you're doing that, that's a crime. But look at all the other timid moderators that had absolutely no control over Donald Trump at all.
Yeah.
And the debates I watched, he wasn't even really answering no questions. Like,
Nope.
he was pointing the finger though. He was definitely pointing the finger at other people, but he would never really answer a question directly. And then to hear him say he has the utmost respect for women.
Right.
But you around here, and they talking about Trick Daddy. This man around here grabbing them by the pee.
Right. And I told somebody this when he said that. I said, well, wow, he could have proved that he had the utmost respect for women just by not cutting Hillary off every 3 seconds.
That's true.
You don't respect them too much. You see what I'm saying? Like, you don't even let her speak. But if she speaks over you, you quick to raise them little small hands and be like, I'm talking, I'm not done.
Mm-hmm.
He's like a spoiled 8-year-old in a 70-year-old's body. It's interesting to watch, man. Like, and then I'm listening to Shaq lightweight endorse him a bit,
Yeah.
and I'm like, okay.
Like it makes you think of, I mean, how real are those endorsements? You know what I mean? How real is that? Like people, like those of color, those minorities who open their mouth, and it's like the women now who are endorsing Trump now after everything he's going through and everything he said. How true is that? Like, are they so blinded by the fact? Go ahead.
I don't think so. I think that some of them are making political moves. Let's be honest. Okay. People talk about it's being refreshing that Donald Trump can say whatever he wants to say. You know why that is? Because even if everybody in the country wants to spit on Donald Trump is 70 years old. He is closer to Jesus than he is the womb. And the money that he currently has, he can ride out and just wave the middle finger to all y'all, and he don't care if you buy nothing else of his. He has enough money to ride it out till he get that ground. Now, other African Americans and minorities that are around, they don't. And those who getting paid, I think, like to continue getting paid, and they know that they can only say so much before endorsements are snatched and paychecks are affected. You know?
They trying to keep their paper.
For example, Tim Hardaway went off and used a derogatory term that begins with an F to describe gay people, which if we think hard enough, we know what the word is that I'm talking about.
Right.
He kind of got a lifetime ban from being a sports anchor. I can't think of his name right now. The guy that played Kramer on Seinfeld.
Oh, yeah. Whew. He jacked that one up.
Had the rant and blatantly called people in the audience the N-word, blatantly said my people owned you, blatantly said we would have hung you up by trees and shoved a pitchfork up your A and all of this. He's still collecting residuals from the Seinfeld show. He's still doing shows. He's still doing...
That's interesting.
We can't say the same things. I was told in college by a black professor, brilliant black professor, actually. He graduated high school as a teenager. He graduated from college as a teenager and got his master's as a teenager.
Dang.
He looked at me, and I guess I was, acting out young, being stupid. He pulled me to the side, out the class, and he pointed to one of the white guys in class. And out of all the things he said, I remember he said this. You have to do twice as much to get half of what he has.
True.
And because we don't do a good job of having companies that can provide endorsements or keeping ourselves up, like we're still dependent on the system. And as long as we're still dependent on the main system and we're not really into helping ourselves, I think we talked about this quickly the other day. We're talking about, I believe I heard Nia Long through an interview saying that, how competitive it was for black women in Hollywood because they don't make a lot of roles for black women leading roles, and then two, you get the same black women competing for those roles over and over and over and over again. Well, Oprah has a station, Magic has a station, I believe Diddy has a station. There are 50 million black artists, African-American artists, Hispanic artists, minority artists, making shows and web series that I see all throughout. But why, when I'm looking at these people who own TV stations, because if those who don't know, Magic Johnson has a Spire network, Oprah's got own, and I forgot what Diddy's is called, or one he's trying to acquire. Why are we not bringing in some of these people that's being creative and making these web series and doing this and giving them opportunity and putting the programming on your station? Why am I turning to these stations like Aspire and watching old 227 reruns and, stuff like that? Like, I'm seeing stuff on Oprah's network where they doing a reality show. I think about a transgender modeling agency, which is cool. That's an audience.
Wow. Okay.
That's an audience. You know what I'm saying? And they represent a particular segment of the population. There's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, yeah, okay, you gave this Tyler Perry a chance to put his shows in the network, but what about the up-and-coming Tyler Perry?
That brings.
What about these people out here that's making feel like she did Queen Sugar? Great. We need more of that, though. One show here, one show there. That's not enough. One of my favorite eras in film, as most of y'all know that, I write, I'm a screenwriter, I've been in theater most of my life. I'm making web series, I'm making films. Was the 70s black exploitation era. We was cranking out film.
Yeah.
Cranking them out. Supporting our stuff.
Well, that brings up.
Legendary films.
Yeah, that brings up the next point I was gonna make, because they were saying that Medea's Boo Halloween did so much better than Birth of a Nation in the box office. So you think that is why is that? Birth of a Nation is supposed to be such a deep, profound film, and it barely made $7 million.
I'm gonna tell you the thing that hurt that was they tried to bring up that whole little rape charge thing with the dude that directed that movie or the star actor or whatever. They tried to bring that up on him, even though he was just accused of that. He was never found guilty or anything like that. But that really hurt him. That really hurt him a lot, actually. But then at the same time, I was talking to somebody about this before, and they was just talking about how, they rather see you, they rather give the money to, what was the other little slave movie?
10 Years a Slave
the
or
one,
something like that?
12 Years a Slave.
12 Years a Slave.
They rather give the money to that, to something like that, than to give it to, us revolting and rebelling and stuff like that. They don't want to see that. They don't want to see that truth. And that was one of the things about going to a HBCU. When you take history class there, is you learn a whole bunch of shit that you ain't learned in a white high school. And they don't want that out there like that. And that's just the God honest truth. So of course it ain't gonna sell. Honestly, if I was him, I would have sent that straight to Netflix.
Actually, it might have got better.
It would have got way more money. I would have sent that junk straight to Netflix. That junk would have been a classic.
Yep, just like Birth of a Nation.
Mm-hmm.
Idris Elba about the child soldiers in Africa. Now, if they would put that out in the theaters, we wouldn't have went and saw that. Sold it to Netflix. It did well on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it was a good movie.
I mean, I think.
Let's be honest. The same reason why Madea made more money is partly the same reason, going back to your initial point about Ice JJ Fish. Now connect that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right. People like that. People like that buffoonery, and I guess they rather not think about their regular life for a few minutes.
They don't want to make.
Do you remember that years ago Tyler Perry was going to get rid of Madea? He said he was done. Madea was over.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? I ain't mad at him. Them checks started coming. People started demanding Madea. He's like, oh, you want to throw them checks? Madea will be here all day.
Yeah. He got a studio to run, to keep up and keep it running.
He got a airport. He got a plane to take care of. He got bills.
He got bills. He got
That jet fuel costs $15,000.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Just the fuel.
This the fuel. That don't even make no sense. Oh my goodness. All right, let me do a little bit of housework. You definitely got to follow Real Women Radio on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and download the Real Women Radio app on your iPhone or Android device. Now, we do have tickets for the Pensacola County Fair in Pensacola, Florida. It's going on right now. Hit me up on Facebook at The Listening Party on Facebook, and I might just hook you up with one.
Oui.
All right, now this week is Halloween, y'all. And I know that y'all did some craziness as children in y'all neighborhoods for Halloween. So spit it out. What did you do for Halloween? What was the traditions of your neighborhood?
What was the tradition, or what did I get into?
What was the traditions? What did you get into? Like, I'll start. Like, I know where I'm from. We used to do things like egg the bus driver. Like the public bus driver. Every Halloween, we egg the bus driver.
That's why Metro's so high now. Thank you.
Yeah. And then we used to go bag snatching.
Now, see, that right there, we would participate in beating cats down with bag snatch.
Yeah, but the thing is, we back snatch kids who weren't with their parents. You know what I mean? It was like a rite of passage where I was from.
That's worse.
If you was in
That's worse.
if you was in junior high, or if you was old enough to be out there by yourself, you had to. You might get bag snatched. It was just a rite of passage. Just was something that happened to you. I'm sorry.
Well, around my way, you can bag snatch the wrong person, you might get body snatched.
Oh yeah, that kind of stuff. That kind of stuff happened too. Like the parents would be around. And they find out their kid got bag snatched. They come out in the neighborhood looking for the culprits. But yeah, I mean, and so
You bag snatched around my way, you better be Usain Bolt.
for real.
Because if you ain't, it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, but we was bag snatching without a care. So did you ever do stuff like that, Vince?
Man, I ain't really never even get into I wasn't even big on trick-or-treating and all that when I was a kid. For real, man. I mean, we go around to certain spots, but I was only going to people's house that I knew was giving out money.
Oh wow! They was giving out money in your neighborhood.
Trick or treating for real.
Yeah,
we
like,
had,
what you got on
we
that?
had
About
we had
50
spots
homies?
like that. So Halloween was cool, man.
Give
But
me a treat trip.
What you got on my 40, homie?
for real, man,
Wow.
I'm going to the house that's giving out real candy, Snickers and Reese cups and stuff like that. I don't want that baby candy, man.
Candy corn.
For real, but that's what I try to do for the kids now. Normally, I go and I get the real candy, man. They be tearing our door down on Halloween, for real. I fill a whole bucket up with the real candy bars, stuff that I liked when I was little, man. And one of the kids knocked on our door like, "I'm telling everybody, y'all got the best."
Meanwhile, what police heard was crack house up the street.
Crack house up the street.
Trap house jumping.
The trap house is doing it right now. They boiling. All right, so what kind of outfits, what kind of masks y'all wore when y'all was young? Y'all ain't dress up?
I used to just wear Jason Hockey Man.
I stayed with the Jason glow in the dark hockey mask.
They
I
glow
did.
in the dark, man.
I got one in the trunk right now.
Still
No
got
lie.
He still got one.
The views of Vince is not necessarily those of Jordan version and real woman.
Hey, I know, right? What's funny is, I guess in my neighborhood, we didn't do the whole outfit. We just did like a mask.
Just the mask.
And I don't know if you know this area, Jordan, but up New Hampshire Avenue, and this apartment's called Forest Park.
Yeah.
They got a 7-Eleven right in front. I used to live in Nob Hill behind it. And every year we used to run around with the kids in Forest Park. And if we wasn't fighting the cats in Oakview down the street, we was robbing that 7-Eleven. And I was young. I was a juvenile. I can't be convicted for that now.
What are we talking about right now?
But they used to go like 40 deep running into the 7-Eleven and do their own trick-or-treating in the 7-Eleven. I don't know if that's still tradition.
It probably is.
It probably is.
Sadly.
Yeah.
We get mad
Because I know the kids behind us couldn't wait to get old enough to run around with us and trick-or-treat in the 7-Eleven, which is terrible. So y'all kids, don't do that. Don't do that no more.
Oh, really?
That's wrong.
Be better than V.
Yeah,
be better than V, man.
I want you to be better than I was.
See how glorious he made it sound? We was robbing Slurpees.
Oh, you think we was joking?
It was
Yeah.
like heaven. I mean, like, it was like child heaven. But y'all don't do that, though.
Yeah. Be better than me. Be better than me.
See, they're going to be like, yeah, nigga, you robbing Slurpee. I'm robbing 2 Slurpees. They're going to be their version of better. That's their quote you going to get from there.
I know, and that's being a horrible role model, which takes me to our next topic. All right, we're going to get a little bit more serious. We're going to talk about, look at these kids today, like the ones that are out of control. And as males, have we failed society as being black role models, or is it a combination of a bunch of things?
I'm gonna go. I'll go first.
Okay, break it down, Jay.
I I mean, I'll do real fast. I definitely hear my man's answer, but we failed to a degree, man. Like, a lot of us, and I know it sounds cliche, but when you look around, it's real. We talk about the millennials, right, and how they ain't this and how they ain't that, but the millennials are children of somebody.
Right.
So if they ain't X, Y, Z, it's because somebody before them ain't teach them to be much. And maybe because they wasn't taught. But let's not act like that single mothers hasn't blown up. Like, if you look from, say, the year 1960 to 2016, the instances of single moms is totally out of control, especially in the African-American community, and they didn't make babies by themselves. And me, as a dad, I am a dad. I am a father. Me as a father, I personally don't understand how you can have a living, breathing being walking this planet that you made and not want to be a part of that human being's life.
It's crazy.
And it's so crazy. It's so crazy that the single parent home is almost the norm. Like, a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, people be surprised when you say you came up with both of your parents. If you say you came up with both of your parents right now, people be surprised. Like,
sound like a dinosaur.
I know for me, I'd be shocked because my circle of friends, ain't none of us had a father in our lives. You know what I'm saying? Maybe one.
I came up with both my parents.
Yeah. And
You
so,
know what I mean?
yeah, so for me, I'm like, wow, that's crazy.
you know what I'm saying?
My parents were married 49 years before my pops passed.
Whew.
See, that's what's up.
Yeah.
It ain't a lot of that no more. But I blame.
And that's horrible for me. And I even seen it in the commercial. It was a Tyson chicken tender commercial where the woman was talking about feeding her family, and then they sat down to dinner. It was the little boy, the little girl, and the mom.
Because that's the norm.
That's the norm. But that bothers me. But then we want to talk about how these young boys is acting real feminine and dressing real feminine and not being men and how they ain't nothing because they letting women take care of them. Well, they grew up watching the woman take care of them. Now, I'm not saying what they're doing is right, but they just acting out what they didn't get or what they saw.
Yeah, they're basically following the role models that they saw.
That they saw. So if you grew up with a woman taking care of you, 9 times out of 10, you gonna think that that's how it's supposed to be when you grow.
Wow, that's deep.
Yeah.
That's deep.
Hey, you know what? And it's so, this picture right here is so big. It's so many different elements of this topic. And I just really want to touch on, because I always say this when I had this discussion, out in the street. So if I'm at the house drinking with my boys or whatever, but I always say the 80s babies, we the last ones that had grandmas that would take us to Sunday school, that would keep us in the church. You know, for most of us, when we got to like 13, 14, 15 maybe, and we was just we decided that we didn't want to go to church no more, we still had that instilled in us for about 12, 13 years though. Like the millennials and like the 90s babies, man, like I don't know what changed, but now the grandmas, ain't nothing like that. The grandmas still be going out, and the grandmas keeping up with the parents, or the grandparents keeping up with the parents. And so who's there to hold it down for the child at the end of the day? Like everything changed. I was just thinking about this the other day. Like, man, you remember when all the cousins be at grandma's house.
Yeah.
Grandma hold down all the kids.
And
Boy, it ain't like that no more.
And you ain't realize it's because all the parents went out partying.
Yeah.
You couldn't wait to...
I met somebody in my lifetime that she was a woman. She was a loose woman. But she was 26 years older than her grandchild.
Wow.
See what I mean?
Think about that.
That mean how much older was she than her child? 13?
13 years.
Exactly. Look, I
Wow.
said it, 13.
I mean, you borderline and almost in the same high school. Like,
Yeah, for real.
you know what I'm saying? Like, she had one at 13, and then her child had one at 13.
Mm-hmm.
So you are a grandmama at 26. Think on that.
Yeah, let that sink in.
And that's what I'm saying. It's the picture's so big, like it's gonna be hard to turn that around, man. And people don't even take marriage serious like our grandparents did. You know, so people go through all that to have the biggest wedding and be divorced in a year because the whole time it wasn't even built on love.
Yeah. I know. From my experience, I come from a house that has a lot of divorce. You know what I mean? And so I can't. I don't know.
It tarnished you. You hesitate about getting married right now.
Yeah, I got. What's funny is it does kind of pass down because my mom, she's been divorced twice. My sister, she probably want me to say, but she's been divorced twice and she's married again. I've been divorced once already, and I don't even know if I want to even get back into that.
Right.
You know, because that seems to be the trend in my family. And so is it one of those things? You know, it's just my mom that raised me and my sister, and so is it something just missing that's so critical and that women are looking for that the young men don't have because the women couldn't teach them? You know?
So I think part of it too is, and if I'm going to be totally honest, I kind of got this teaching from, my family, my mom and my sister and stuff when I was younger. And, when they were trying to teach me about, my particular faith and spirituality and about Christ and how Christ had to martyr himself in order for everybody else to be set free from their sins, right? So when you think about, and my mom used to always say, every family has a generational curse. And that somebody has to martyr themselves in order for that curse to be broken.
Right.
Well, we don't like martyring ourselves. So a lot of times as families, we will repeat the same dangerous patterns because we don't necessarily fight or educate ourselves or do the things that we need to do to break the cycle. For a numerous amount of reasons. It might be a lack of opportunity, a lack of education, fear. It could be a lot of things. But I'm saying that we allow things to go on. If you come from a family of alcoholics, somebody's going to have to say, I refuse to drink.
Right.
Somebody.
Right.
So in these situations right here, these single-parent households, at some point we got to teach these young men, or we have to teach them to be like, listen, regardless of what happened with you and the mother, that you have to say that I will be a better man or a better example to my child than the example or lack thereof that I had. But it takes us teaching that. I don't know when we went from, and I'm talking about the black community now, neighborly, De La Soul said in one of their raps, neighborhoods are now hoods because we no longer neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One of the realest rap lines I ever heard. So we went from kind of being in everybody's business, not to be nosy, but to be a community, to mind your business. Well, at one point in our society, in our culture, my neighbor was my business. If Miss Jenkins saw you messing up and she knew that you was fill in the blanks child, you was going to catch it.
Oh, it was a wrap.
Yeah.
It was a
It
wrap.
was a wrap. And you were scared. But it was a healthy fear, when I call it, because you like, oh, snap, man, I ain't going to be out here. My mom might be home. Miss Jenkins might be home. Miss Jackson might be home.
Everybody gonna be watching. Yeah.
The millennials ain't scared enough.
Yeah.
They think they run everything. They think, they hear certain things. They catch things in bits and pieces. Respect me. No, nigga. Excuse me. So, you got to learn how to respect. And you will be respected.
Right. You got to be respectable to be respected.
You want to be a boss, but nobody taught you how to be an employee. See, the realest thing I ever heard before I became a leader of anything, and they said, somebody looked me in the face and said, you will never be a good leader if you cannot learn to be a good follower.
True.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Of positive things, though. You see what I'm saying? Because anybody can take that and run and, you got to learn to be a humble person. You got to learn to have good character. And I tell the young adults that I mentor, all the time. Keep your character intact because your character will always arrive to your destination before you do.
That's funny. That's serious.
If people hear that you coming and you a jerk, when you arrive, people gonna have attitudes already.
Mm-hmm.
Because your character got there before you did.
Mm-hmm.
If people know that you a good character and good heart, you're gonna feel the love when you walk in because your character arrived before you did. But we're not teaching as black men as a whole. We're not teaching the youth, I think, some of the right lessons on how to be a man. Because we're just telling them to be a man. How?
Right.
Right. They don't have OGs in the hood these days that are
Nope.
when kids try to run the streets, they'll be like, you better get off these streets. You know what I'm saying? Like
Exactly.
I was one of them kids. Like I used to be out there trying to do whatever when I was younger, and them OGs used to straighten me out every time. Don't let me catch you out here. For real, you better be in them books. Well, they'll pay you to have your grades on point. I give me a couple of $100 from the OGs. Man, what? I'm gonna be in school. I'm about to bring you my report card for real. But they don't think that's cool now. They rather be the shooters. They rather be out here with the little dime bags and doing this and doing that.
That's what's funny is that's what's sad to me. Last time I was home, I saw some cats that I went to school with doing the same thing they was doing when we was in high school. This is 15 years later.
They trapped in the Twilight Zone, man.
And it's like they wearing the same type of clothes. They hollering at the same high school chicks.
If you in
15
your
years
30s,
later.
if you in your 30s and you still standing on the corner and you still doing dime bags and you quit, man.
Get a job.
Just go ahead and work a 9 to 5, man.
Yeah.
For real.
You're not making it, man. You ain't. And the thing is, it was sad. I was like, why are you still out here?
For real.
You not just the OG now. You the OG. You know what I'm saying? Caston came from junior high school, went to jail, came back, got their life together, and you still out here. And so,
But I'm gonna show you the responsibility that we took back in the day over something as influential as hip hop culture. Now it's been documented that hip hop culture changes the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
yep.
Let me just kick a line. Some of you may know it, you may not. The line that today's topic, self-destruction. If
Oh,
it
yeah.
is the rap audience that's bugging, it's one or two suckers, ignorant brothers, trying to rob and kill from one another. That was the start of that song.
KRS-One.
Correct.
Yep.
To quote a Jay-Z line, years later, y'all respect the one that got shot. I respect the shooter.
Yeah.
We see the difference in these two lines in a matter of, say, 25 years.
Yeah. It's
On one line, one is trying to teach and educate and say, hey, brother, like, this ain't the way, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. The other one, his opinion, he got the right to speak whatever he wants, but the other one is on his influence say, oh, y'all respect the dudes that got shot, but you want respect from me, then be the shooter. That's what kids hear.
Mm-hmm.
You want my respect? You want to be like me? You want my respect? You want respect from this icon, this person you looked up to? Then be the shooter.
So they become the
KRS
shooter.
came out, huh?
I said, so they become the shooter.
So they become the shooter. You know, Heavy in the song said, Heavy's at the door, so there'll be no bum rushing. You know what I'm saying? Like, MC Light said, leave the guns in the crack and the knives alone.
MC Lights on the microphone.
I know that whole thing. That's so sad.
But you know what? And because you learned that whole thing, because hip-hop was your culture, that thing got into your spirit, and it made you want to be a better dude. It might not have been the soul factor that made you want to be a better dude, but it made you want to be a better dude, because hip-hop influences you whether you believe it or you don't.
Here's a sad
So
thing.
imagine-
Yeah.
So imagine what you was getting, you know, like you would listen to Step to Silence, And you will blow a dude off that you know really ain't one fight, and if you thinking in your head, you little sucker, you talking all that jazz.
He went way back.
That was like my favorite video in the 80s, too.
For real.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You thinking that, right? You know, one of the most risque things you heard back then was Wicked with the Styles. You think I had cerebral palsy, like that's like one of the most controversial things you heard.
Yeah.
You like, I don't believe he just said on a track.
Right. But
Now you hearing, you know, I killed these niggas, I got the chopper, blah blah blah. That's what you hearing. So like we was putting it in our spirit as youth. What they putting in there?
and what's that gonna look like for the youth that grow up in that? That's influenced by that. And so that's why I'm like, that's what begs the question, like what have we done? What can we do to make a difference in all of that? Because has it ran away from us? Is it too
I
late?
think so. I think there's some rappers out there that's not talking about that. The Big Crit, J. Cole, the Kendrick, you know, the Drake. I gotta give him credit. I mean, he makes little lines and mention lines here and there. I'm gonna show you again how this changed. LL was still considered quite hard when that nigga made I Need Love. When he made I Need Love, when I'm alone in my room, sometimes I stare at the wall, and in the back of my mind, I hear my conscience call. Like, cats are still like, that's LL, and he will knock you out, even though he's talking to the girl right now.
Cause yeah, he was like, because the dudes realized this one's all for the females. You know, he talking about a female, so I can use this song for a female. Yeah.
He's the same dude that made pink cookies in a plastic bag, getting crushed by a building.
Yeah.
Right? Drake come out with Marvin's Room on some I'm just saying you can do that. And now they like, oh, that beat soft. And Drake this, that, and the third. It's like, yo, like, he can't talk to the chick no more? Like, he can't talk to his woman? Like, he can't talk to the woman no more? Like, he's soft automatically? Because now, if he ain't talking that gun talk, if he ain't talking about the goons, he ain't talking about the killers, he ain't talking about that weight, them kids. He not legit in rap. And with mumble rappers now, I don't even know how you can give them any credit because I don't even know how you know what they're saying.
Yeah, I think that's its own category. That mumble rap stuff, because they really just going on a vibe.
I agree with Cassidy 100%. And I like Cassidy. Cassidy said, I ain't mad at what you doing. Do what you do. If that's making your paper, make your paper. But don't say you are an MC like me.
Yeah, don't call it hip hop.
Put us in the same category. Right?
Yeah.
We're not in the same category.
That's true.
And I agree with him. It's not take designers who had a hit song, Panda. And if you put them in the studio and told Cassidy and Designer to go bar for bar, you would walk out and really feel bad for Designer. Like, you would be thinking, like, I can't even hear this. This won't pass 16 bars.
I have never heard Designer do 16 bars. I've seen a couple of his videos, and he always gets 4 before he start jumping around
and acting crazy, right?
Yeah.
And doing ad-libs.
Yeah.
Listen, you know what's bad that out of the new rappers, that one of the best rappers is a white dude named Lil Dicky.
That dude's serious.
Lil Dicky nice though. Yeah, Lil Dicky nice.
He is. I wish somebody would have told him to have a better stage name. But
The boy got condom commercials because of his name. You seen the condom commercial?
You serious?
He got a condom commercial that come on
it took me
TV.
a minute to recognize that was him in the Trojan joint. No, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, man. That's
But
crazy.
He spit though. He spit. We don't like people. We don't like people who can truly spit, like Childish Gambino, or AKA Donald Glover.
Yeah. Actor / rapper.
Yeah, he active, but don't call him out.
Yeah.
You might get embarrassed with them bars.
Yeah. Yeah. I think with the thing that's crazy about the mumble rappers, man, and I mean, it's a few of them out there, But this what kills me about their fans. Like if you don't listen to them and you be like, man, he suck, man. I don't even understand nothing he's saying. When somebody tell you that you got to be high to enjoy some music,
Oh yeah, that's crazy right there.
music's supposed to get you on your own high.
On your high, yeah.
Music's supposed to just get you high, you know what I'm saying, by itself. When somebody tell you that you got to get high to understand or listen to somebody's music, you know it's terrible.
You got to be on that sun rock.
You know you're terrible when you're looking for the beat to save you.
Yeah. You got to be on that moon
It's
rock.
not supposed to save you.
Well, speaking of, y'all listen to my album yet? I sent it to y'all last time, man. I need y'all to break that down.
Oh yeah, I gotta go back in my joint in here. I'm glad you reminded me, brother, because it will go in the infinity today so that I can take a listen.
I like
Go back through the chat. Tweety sent me another link though, so I ain't got to scroll back through the 150 thumbs up that we put.
I got you.
it's in the
Thank you, sir.
it's in my Google Docs. Like I like the what's that joint that you did that they were talking about at the table?
With the Monica.
The Monica joint.
I did, it's called She the One, but I redid the Walk Out My Life. I redid the Walk Out My Life sample. That Monica had. Yeah.
Yeah.
Before,
I like that
I
joint.
need to go hear that.
I like
yeah,
that joint.
yeah, man. That's the one that's probably gonna blow down here in Pensacola, man. We about to push that real heavy. But what made it so crazy is I did that. I recorded that like a year ago, and then what was crazy is when I released the tape, everybody came out with this little Monica sample.
Oh yeah. That's
Online, and I was like, wow, I can't believe I was really ahead of them just by sampling Monica, period. Like, I was just excited that everybody else was doing it. So then I had to go ahead and drop a So Gone video. I had to go ahead and do
I
that.
did see that.
Yeah.
So I saw that.
Had to do that, but man, you got to check it out. I really want to hear what y'all think, whether it's good or bad. I accept all feedback, for real.
All right, what's
I will say this: I'm always up for a good mixtape or good album because the best one I've heard recently has got to be Coloring Book by Chance the Rapper.
Oh,
by chance? Yeah.
I
yeah.
haven't heard that yet, but I heard good things about Chance. But I don't.
He killed it. He got this song with Jay Electronica. First of all, I think Jay Electronica is so underrated. But he got this joint with Jay Electronica that they just go in and they talk about God. I was like, oof, vicious.
Yeah, I was only aiming for one thing with this album, one theme, and it was just called Turn Up Time. That's the name of the album. It's called Suge's Porch Turn Up Time. So when you put it in, you gotta be having fun. I mean, but it's still lyrics there. Like, it ain't no mumbling. You gonna understand every word.
That's all I
Yeah, he
asked
can't.
for, brother.
You
That's
can't
all
put.
I asked for.
You can't. Yeah, you can't put Vince in the mumble rapper category. He's gonna enunciate.
That's what I like, though, man. I like that you at least still grinding and still doing it. Like I said, man, if you taught me that, I'll definitely support, man. I'm all about supporting people that really take any of their craft serious. You know what I mean? And that's the only thing I miss. That's one of the main things I miss about that era, to bring our conversation back around about how hip hop has influenced, where we are.
Mm-hmm.
They took it seriously. And most rappers back then in the 80s and 90s, if they ain't live it, they ain't speak about it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Or if they went through something, they was trying to say, this is what I went through, but this is how you don't have to go through it.
Right. Or if you was just a good storyteller like Nas, you could tell that from your point of view. You could tell a story about what's going on, what you see.
Or Biggie.
Or
Right?
Biggie.
I gotta say, Biggie's one of my favorite rappers. So that's the head side of the coin. The tail side of the coin is he contributed to what we're talking about.
Oh yeah, he went in sometime.
He wrote the 10 Crack Commandments, and dudes literally took that as a hustle Bible.
Right. It's like really gonna do that. Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. Anybody that grew up in any type of semi-shady lifestyle or around it know that all 10 points were correct.
They were correct.
Right, but you know that there were many other points he didn't touch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So kids ran out and took that as a blueprint.
And didn't have the whole thing.
Right.
But you know what's crazy?
Control.
I could say the same thing about Outkast, and they wasn't even trying to do that. But when I was growing up in North Carolina, man, when Get Up, Get Out, Get Something came out with Outkast and Goody Mob and all them, you know, a lot of people, they really just,
That's what got me hooked.
yeah, that's what got me hooked too. But a lot of people my age, they ain't really listen to, they rapped it word for word, but I don't think they really was listening to the message, because the whole time they telling you don't spend all your time trying to get high. You spend all of your time trying to get high.
While you listening to that album.
My man said, I don't recall ever graduating at all. Sometimes I feel I'm just a disappointment to y'all. Like, he was speaking his soul on that track.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Yeah, I don't think they caught it.
And let's clear this up for all these people who keep singing my Outkast tracks wrong. I gotta clear this up. I'm sorry. Side note, brought to you by Jordan, Outkast fan #1.
Okay.
The line is, are we censored on the show? Can I say the line?
Say
Go ahead.
The line is, now who else want to fuck with Hollywood Court?
Yeah, it's Hollywood Court.
Who else want to fuck with Hollywood Code? Stop saying that.
That's how he say
Stop
coat.
messing up my Greek
Coat.
words.
Yeah.
If I keep people hearing people talk about, now who else want to fuck with Hollywood Code? Nigga,
Yeah,
it's court. C-O-U-R-T. Court. It's a place. Like how you represent, that's like saying, now who else want to F with Southeast?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or who want to mess with Stanton Terrace? Stop saying Hollywood Code. All right, now that has been brought to you by Jordan Outkast.
he needed to purge that and get that out there.
Oh man, because I am so tired of hearing people mess that up. Man, listen, Outkast to me is almost single-handedly, for making Atlanta / Southern rap respected.
Yeah, we was loving it. I know we was loving it where I was.
They used to laugh, Northerners laugh at Southern rap. And don't get me wrong, there were people that were being plucked out that they took serious, like Scarface, like Bun B.
8 Ball, MJG.
Yeah.
MJG representing Memphis. But overall, they laughed at Southern rap until Mr. Benjamin and Big Boy came out and stopped that.
Mm-hmm.
And I challenge any true hip-hop person that truly is into hip-hop, both beat and lyric. And I can probably count only 5 albums in life I can say this about. But I challenge you that you could take Outkast's ATLian CD and you won't skip a track.
Nope.
That's serious.
You won't, if you're being honest, you won't skip a track.
I never skipped the track off of that one. I never skipped the track off of Southern Playalistic Cadillac Music.
Yeah.
I never skipped the track off of Soul Food by Goody Mob.
Yeah.
That's playthrough all the matter of fact, I got the whole instrumental album to the Soul Food.
Oh, he went all the way there.
Man, I got everything Outkast did, including Benzobima off the New Jersey Drive soundtrack.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow. You went
Only Southern group on that soundtrack, if my memory serves me correct.
you went looking for that one.
But do you want to Benzobima? But there's only been limited albums ever that I can play and not skip a track. The Roots, Do You Want More? I can play that and not skip a track.
Yeah, I remember that album.
Biggie's first and second album, I can play it and not skip a track. Into the 36 Chambers by the Wu-Tang,
Wu-Tang.
I can play it and not skip a track. There Is a Dark Side by Redman, I can play it and not skip a track.
Yeah, I think he's one of the more underrated rappers out there. Redman, that dude spit.
Scarface, The Diary, I can play it and not skip a track.
I can play that one too.
And
My
not-
favorite genre. Please excuse my attitude. Sorry
my
if
joint
I'm
is-
being rude.
My joint was Gangsters Don't Live That Long. That right there was my joint.
Niggas don't believe that song. The niggas wrong.
Yeah, oh my God, that whole album.
Gangsters don't live that long.
That's right. And let me tell you somebody else who really don't get a lot of credit. And I recently been thinking back through my own crates, and this dude made a song to the He-Man intro. Like he took the whole beat of the show He-Man,
Yeah.
put a beat to it, and everywhere on the chorus it kept going He-Man. Like he took the He-Man show through and rapped over it.
Who did that?
Murdered it. He should be arrested right now for what he did to it. And that is my man Ludacris. Oh my God.
What is
I
the name
never
of that
heard
song?
that.
God, if you've never heard it, I will find a way to get y'all off track so that you can hear it. You are really going to just look at whatever you're playing that through and go, did he just murder the He-Man song?
He-Man soundtrack. That's crazy.
And then he's using characters in his rhyme like he said a line and then the next line was like because Ludacris just keep battle cats or something like that. Like he keeps using
The people in the characters,
in
yeah.
the song. Oh my God! Like I was like, that's when I knew. I was like, Luda, they really like you. Really not getting. You really not getting the props. Like Cats is acting like you ain't made like 7 or 8 CDs, dog. Like you
Right.
really not getting the props you should.
He an actor now. He got a SAG card now.
Listen, because of Luda, you barely remember that Lovers and Friends was Usher's song. You barely remember.
He did that to a few people. His features was killing
You
folks.
can't tell me the Lil Jon's verse.
I forgot he was on there.
See?
I wish he wasn't on there.
What you just done.
Forgot he
What's
was
that
on.
dude that made that song? They don't know. They don't know. Rico Love?
Yeah.
When Luda jumped on that remix, nobody wanted to hear him sing no more.
Luda go hard now.
T.I. too. I'm a Tip fan. You know, T.I. Listen, when he had that whole T.I. versus T.I.P.,
Yeah, that was a good album.
and I'm telling you, I was a T.I. fan back when the Neptunes was doing his beats.
Oh wow.
See, people be new fans. I was a fan of Drake when he was on the Underground mixtape joint, when he was doing songs with Little Brother and Dwelle, this joint called Don't You Got a Man, and different things like that. Like when Drake was rapping on stuff like that, I was like, oh man, Drake can spit. And then, Drake blew up, and then it turned into, I know when that I London. I ain't even mad at you, dog. If that's what you gotta do now to get that Ferrari, then
Do what you got to
go
do.
ahead. But I would like him to just go back to one underground tape, like how he used to spit. Like, oh my gosh.
That's funny. All right, I will have to interrupt right now. I'm going to do a little bit of housework. The show is brought to you by Key to Success, a digital marketing company that will help your business needs. For more information, go to www.keytosuccess.com and follow Real Women Radio on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and download the Real Women Radio app for your iPhone and Android device.
Download that.
Download that. Now, I was going to...
Keys to success.
Yeah. Now, I was going to go into a subject called deadbeats. And I was going to, what is a deadbeat? Like, they use the term deadbeat for guys who don't pay child support, but the term deadbeat is actually a lot more expansive than that. Like, there are dudes now that they don't work. They live off of women who, they drop them to work and then they pick them back up and they don't have any kind of goals.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Why is the term deadbeat only applied to males?
No, that was my next sentence. My next sentence was deadbeats don't just apply to dudes. There are female deadbeats who, prime example, I just moved to Pensacola, Florida. I'm going to call Pensacola out because it's the first time I met this many deadbeat women. Now, yeah, I said that. Now, I met a young lady.
I love y'all.
Yeah, I love the rest of y'all, but I'm talking about a certain corner of y'all.
And before you say this, V, let me put this disclaimer out. If it don't apply to you,
Right. Don't be mad about it.
don't be mad at V.
Don't be like trick daddy.
But a hit dog or hollers, that's a term I learned
For real.
out here.
Hit
But
dog on ball.
I met a young lady. On the surface, everything was cool. She had a nice car. You know, she dressed well. I met her in church. Turns out, she made all her money from her 3 baby daddies. Child support. And she had the nerve. She didn't have a full-time job, but she had the nerve to tell me she did hair on the side sometimes. And so I'm like, on the side of what exactly? The 3 baby daddies? Is that your full-time job?
You know what's our problem though? Let's just speak real to the ladies.
All right.
If she was fat enough, and I do mean fat, capital P-H-A-T. If she was fat enough,
She was fine. She was
you
fine.
might not date her, but
Yeah, she was fine, and I'm not gonna make comment on what happened
11 o'clock and
in
a couple
those-
of drinks.
in those situations.
11
But
o'clock.
in the end, she could be characterized as a deadbeat. I'm not saying that nobody didn't hit, but she can be characterized as a deadbeat. Now, do y'all know anybody like that, or do y'all have any experiences like that?
I can't call her no deadbeat if she taking care of her kids though. But it's some women out here that's, you know, they out here popping them babies out and then dropping them babies off with their auntie to watch or to raise, or dropping them off to their mama to raise. Now that's a deadbeat to me. That's a deadbeat.
I remember being younger dating this chick that was a stripper. And I mean, we would do our thing. She was cute. She was thick. I mean, like Wendy's Frosty thick. Like,
Yeah, that's thick.
like a DQ Blizzard, like you could turn it upside down and the spoon won't move.
Yeah, like it won't even come up the straw.
No, not at all. So, you know, we did our thing and entertained adult games. And I remember one night she was feeling some sort of way. And I was like, you know, you can come through, you can get it. And she was like, well, I mean, I ain't got nobody to babysit my youngest child. Can I just, and now he's like 4 or 5 months at this point. She was like, can I just put him in the room with us? No.
No.
That's just awkward.
Right, like, you're not worried about the long-term ramifications.
I know they 4 or 5 months,
That's
but
what I'm saying is, like, but the fact that you were okay, like, getting this meant more than just staying home and deal with your child.
Yeah, I promise you, man, something will happen to any one of my baby mamas. They did some junk like that. Had my baby up in there while you getting served. Are you serious right now?
You ain't lying. You know the next thing you would hear? I sure do miss Jordan and Jordan came to us with a murder rap.
For real.
Baby mama 17 times in the throat with a fall.
So what do y'all think about that? Do y'all know any dudes who would fit the description of deadbeat? Not just not paying child support, but like you have anybody that you actually ran across that like, come on, man.
I run across them on a daily, man. But Jordan basically touched on that earlier, where he was talking about, I don't understand how you got half of you out there. It's somebody with half of you, half of your DNA, everything, and you know they exist, and you don't want no part of them. And I don't care how crazy the baby mama is, because she wasn't that crazy when you laid down with her. You feel me?
Exactly.
So you need to make that effort to be in your child's life. Like, I don't care. I can't see not being in my kid's life. And I got one. My son, he in South Carolina. I was just saying this earlier today. It ain't even no excuse to be a deadbeat now. I mean, even if you miles and miles away with all the FaceTime and Facebook and all of this, all kids care about is time, for real.
And effort, yep.
And if you can spend that time just face to face talking, like, it ain't no excuse for you out here just not being in your kid's life at all. That junk just pissed me off though, as a black man, for real. 'Cause like we said, we trying to end that whole little cycle or whatever. All these kids care about is time. If you think they care about that money, And that's what you do. You get them money and you buy them every time you see them, you buy them something. Mess around and not have that money, or don't buy them something one time. And you ain't been spending no time with them, and watch how they treat you.
I got an ex who I dated, and when we started dating, her son was 7. Now, mind you, me and her, I don't want no parts of her. She's 5. But her son is now 21, and I still talk to him. Oh, he'll be 21 in November. I still talk to him.
That's deep.
You know what I'm saying? Because just because I broke up with her, don't mean I abandoned you.
Right.
Right.
And family blood make you related. They don't make you family.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I know a lot of people that share the same blood that certainly ain't family, and I know people who don't share blood at all that's been adopted that you can't tell that person that that's not their mom or their dad.
Yeah. And it's
So love make you family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Blood just make you related. So I told him all the time, like, I'll always be here. That I was, and I was a part of his life, I mean, her and I dated off and on for a numerous amount of years, but I was in his life from 7 and beyond.
Right.
Until there was times that, she told, she would get mad at getting her feelings and don't talk to my son. Okay, when he was younger, I had to abide by that. But once he crossed, like, 16, 17,
yeah, he grown. Yeah. Once he can be charged as an adult.
Once he got a cell phone.
But what was funny though, it would be don't talk to him, don't do this and the third. She would keep him away for long periods of time. But then when he got in trouble with police, guess who number pop up in my phone?
First one.
I need for you to talk to him. Oh, now you need for me to talk to him.
Exactly. But if she knew you was that good father figure from the go, you know what I'm saying, instead of trying to hurt somebody, talking about don't talk to him, because you worried about the relationship you had with him, it's like, come on, man. You got to keep good men around your kids, for real.
And she ain't even really, after a certain time, after he hit a certain age, she, sent him to live with a relative. She didn't even do the teenage years. I mean, she would pop in and stuff like that, but he didn't stay with her. So, like, I would do stuff like, I knew he played football, and so sometimes I would just, hoodie up and go to the opposite sides of the bench, because I would see her and her people at the game. I would just slide over to the visitor side and watch him play. And then, I'll tell him on the side, like, oh, that was a good run you did, blah. He's like, oh, you came to the game? Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, that means a lot, man. That means a lot.
We can change. We can change. See, as much as there are big beats out here and bad examples, we can be good examples if we just put some extra effort into it.
That's
A
real.
lot of times, we don't want to do that. And I agree with Vince wholeheartedly. With FaceTime, Skype, Periscope, you know what I mean? Drones. You can damn near pick your child up with an Amazon drone and get them delivered to you like this.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
Yeah, there's no reason you shouldn't be in your child's life at this point. And to be honest, though, like, if we're going to be honest, I do know some single dads. I do know some dads that the mama is trifling.
And that's where I was going to go next.
Oh, I do know them too.
A deadbeat to me is one of those moms that are trying to keep their son away or their kids away from the father. And when the father's trying hard to actually be there.
Exactly.
That's deadbeat to me.
Like, how you on?
Now,
You got a
I
co-parent.
got a story for y'all that you won't even believe. Now, I know somebody, one of my dudes from college in a frat. I won't even call out the frat because I won't even do that. But he in a frat. Him and his frat brothers want to train on this chick. Now, first of all these cats are in their 30s and above. Now, I understand doing the choo-choo thing as a young man's game, but you can cross 30 and...
Wait, they just did it?
Like some years ago, yes. Like not a lot of years ago, like since Barack Obama has been president. So,
In the last 8 years.
My boy in his infinite wisdom decides he's going to be the one to hit this rock for whatever reason. And she gave him that old SpongeBob SquarePants bikini bottom slippery do, and I'm pregnant.
Wow.
So now, you upset that She don't want nothing to do with the child. That you got to raise the child. Or you knew she was a hoe.
Yeah.
And you was playing skeet, 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 skeet with your frat brothers. When you was playing skee ball, as we say. So, in that time, yeah, she trifling, but you knew she was trifling when you was like, first of all, this raw dog thing, like HIV, AIDS, and all this stuff still ain't out here. I don't understand what y'all cats do. Y'all out here, or y'all Charles Bronson, y'all got a death wish. I don't get it.
And
I swear they act like it went away. They act like it went away.
But here's the
man.
thing. Don't be mad for me saying this, Jordan. But he's a hoe as well. If he gonna raw her during a train stop.
Yeah. First of all, the kid, like, where did you go in this rotation?
Right. Did you go first?
I'm asking male questions now.
He is
Because
nasty.
if you ain't anything but number one,
Right.
ew.
Like my little daughter say, ew.
Ew. Like this ain't even right.
Yeah, because even if you go second, you trifling.
It's just nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I remember I was at college and I went to HBCU, and there was literally a girl in the apartments giving head for $2 a person.
That sounds like my high school.
I knew people that were standing in line, and I'm like, wait. If you weren't the first dude, first of all, I was always taught you get what you pay for. I'm not even interested in a $2 bill. Sounds like she's got like jagged edge teeth.
Straight crackhead. That's
that's
That's crackhead prices.
Yeah, that's crackhead prices.
That's crackhead. That's world star. Like,
$2.
So, if you weren't number one in that line and you just had a fresh $2 in your pocket that you ain't know what to do with, being number, 17 in that line is not the move.
Yeah.
That's not the move. That is 16 random dicks before yours. And I'm just like, I don't
She got breath.
understand.
She got penis breath from 15
But
dudes
like,
before
but like
you.
you said, we quick to call her a hoe, and she is. But you a hoe too.
You a hoe for
You
doing
number 17. Like, what is the conversation in line even like? Hey, bro, hey, man, you go to chemistry today? Oh yeah. We had any homework? No, slide up. Like, what is this conversation even about?
That's wild.
And look, all of them in line, and like Trick Daddy said, she ain't fried no chicken yet. And y'all in
fried
line,
no chicken
y'all in
yet.
line for that $2.
And to say this, that is who Trick Daddy was talking about.
Yeah.
So if you don't fit that description, don't get upset.
Now she was doing
I
now.
found myself in bad situations sometimes by accident. I remember one time I was with this in college with this chick in the morning or whatever. We did our thing. Because you gotta alternate when you're in college. You can't go out doing normal creep hours. If somebody see you at walking with some sweatpants on at 11 o'clock at night,
With the flip flops,
Yeah,
the flip flops, and the backpack.
The creep gear. He got the creep gear on.
flip flops. They don't know. They think you studying. So I went over there at 10 in the morning, did my thing, came home, took a shower, laying down across my bed. Around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, my roommate came in looking all excited, hopping around, bouncing. I'm like, what's going on? Why are you in such a good mood? He was like, you know Jane Doe? I'll say the name to protect the innocent. You know Jane Doe? Yeah. I just hit that. And it went silent, just like this. And I'm staring at him. And I hit that slow Cheshire Cat grin, that Alice in Wonderland grin.
To make him know that you knew.
Yeah, that Dr. Seuss grin. He was like, why you looking at me like that? I was like, you know Jane Doe? You know where I was this morning? He was like, stop playing. I was like, you can ask her if you like. So look at that. 2 dudes in the same, in a 4-hour period?
Yeah, that's on
That
that.
happened to me twice with me and my roommate. That happened again with a different person.
You know why? Because you went to the Eastern Shore.
Don't do that. Don't do that. First of all, I would like to say the illustrious University of Maryland at
Eastern Shore.
Not necessarily.
We heard about y'all.
Activities.
We heard about y'all at the University of Maryland College Park.
I know they say UMES stands for the University of Much Easy Sex. I know what they say. It's a rumor, it's false, and it can't be proven.
And it can't be proven. You just said you had.
My experience, those were isolated incidents and not on the university.
Was it the same year?
It was the same semester.
All right, I'm going to leave that alone. We are at the end of our show, unfortunately.
Oh man.
Oh, man, we was rolling. We was rolling today.
Flies, brother. Time flies.
Oh, man. Definitely, I got to say it again. Follow Real Women Radio on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Download the Real Women Radio app from your iPhone or Android device. Show brought to you by Yakita Access Digital Marketing Company. Help your business needs. For more information, go to www.kitasuccess.com. Now, for these last couple of minutes, I want y'all to let the people know what y'all doing with yourselves and how they can reach y'all and what's your art. Go ahead. We'll start with Vince.
Oh, what was the question again?
You know who you are, what you doing with yourself, man, and what's your art, and how they can catch you.
Oh. hey man, you can catch me on Facebook. You can catch me on the Facebook under my real name, Vincent Neclos, or you can catch me on Instagram at Big Carolina V. Like I said, I'm still out here pushing my album, Suge's Porch Turn Up Time. I'm about to upload it on CD Baby. I got like 150 hard copies in the box with some posters, man. I'm about to push that around Pensacola this week. I'm probably about to stop at Smoking Snack next, probably not today, but probably on the weekend. I'll probably stop at the Smoking Snacks and drop some CDs off. I'm ready to get it out in the city, man. I'm going to let it build, and then I'm come back and shoot a video for one of the songs just to get it popping. That's what I plan on doing to end the year out.
Okay.
So
that's what's up. Jordan, what you got going on, man?
Well, let me just say, if you ever come back home, brother, my production company, you got a video on me, brother. I mean, we can get together and do something if you ever come back around the way.
For sure.
You know, again, me, Jay Breeden, Chocolate Boy Wonder again. My company, 3 Wise Mike. That's the number 3, Wise, W-I-S-E, Mike, MICE.com. Still shooting these web series, man. Matter of fact, I'm having auditions this weekend, Sunday, for 2 parts in my web series, Code of Vengeance, that'll be coming out real soon. Still working on developing, working with some artists. I'm getting a lot of musical artists, which is crazy that you know, want to work with me. And I'm like, you know, I ain't nobody's management, but I can, you know, I got some women and some ladies that can really sing.
Nice.
And I'm just trying to get tracked. So any producers that do, you know, everybody do hip hop. I mean, I appreciate that, but any R&B, neo soul producers, you know what I'm saying? I need some smooth stuff for my ladies to sing on. I mean, I can get them to sing the hook on some hip hop stuff, but you know, I got to get them some things for themselves. So just be on the lookout. Also, my boy Donald Parrish, he's got a radio show called The Sports Preacher. He's a pastor down in Dallas. He's got a radio show that I'll be a part of too. After you know, a couple of people called me on this show, so I appreciate the opportunity, Brian. And you know, I'll be doing that, chopping it up with sports. I'm a Redskins fan. He's a Cowboys fan.
Oh,
so it ought to be, it ought to be real. I mean, he's from Texas, so I expect him to like them losers, but. It's all good. Look, if you're a Texas, honestly, hold on, let me take 2 seconds. If you're from Texas and you rock with the Cowboys, no beef here. If you are from the DMV, and I don't mean the Department of Motor Vehicles, I mean if you're from D.C., Maryland, or Virginia, the most you can like and get away with is the Ravens. If you like the Cowboys and you out here running around with them stupid ass shirts talking about DC stands for Dallas Cowboys, then I'm gonna make a shirt that say DC stands for dumbass children. That's what it means to me. But it's all love, yeah. I'll be doing some stuff with him, so you can check him out. He's got a show on Facebook as well as internet radio called The Sports Preacher. He's doing a pretty good job. I'll be popping in there from time to time, and I'm just gonna keep grinding, man. I'm gonna help these singers out, try to do some things, help these actors and actresses out in my web series, and then I'm gonna try to drop this feature, man, and see if I can try to make some money, man, give some more opportunities that I was talking about earlier to some of my brothers and sisters that, you know, some of my rappers like Vincent, you know, they want to do soundtracks for what I'm doing, or, you know, I just want to I want to give back, man, and I know a lot of people of color, whether they're black, quote unquote, or not, I know a lot of people of color that are talented, and I mean, I want to get out there, and I want to help other people get out there and show them, man, that they ain't even seen what we're capable of, and Hollywood might be running out of ideas, but a lot of us out here ain't, so.
I feel that. Well, that's our show, man. I want to give a special shout out to those who couldn't be on the show today. DJ Coy, Lewis, Quay, a co-host Stoney Murphy. He's on the waters right now, the Caribbean.
Howdy, brother, bring me back some sand.
Yeah, doing this thing on the waters. So holla at that dude. He's a great artist that he's doing this thing out on the cruises right now.
That's what's up.
That
shout
is
out
our
to Stoney.
Oh yeah, shout out to Stone. So that's our show today, man. I hope y'all had a good time. This was the listening party, Shop Talk Men Speak edition with V right here on Real Women Radio.
Ooh.
Yeah, catch me and Vincent, the Chicken and Waffle Tour, coming soon, 2017.
For sure.